Alive and I love. I just saw a video of Pastor Tony Spell beating the crap out of a young man. That video was so therapeutic. After I found out what was going on, first of all, when I saw the video, I didn't know it was a pastor. But now that the pastor made a statement, his name is Pastor Tony Spell. And he said that the young man, for years, these people would yell at uh, obscenities at his parishioners. But that day, the fool messed around and said that he was gonna do things to the family that I don't repeat stuff like that. Well, Pastor Tony said enough is enough. And Pastor Tony went across the highway and he proceeded to beat the crap out of that young man. And now the young man's father want to cry wolf. And see, I have problems with Daddy Dearest because they don't raise their sons to be respectful human beings. They uphold their F-ish. And then when someone responds and give them the A whooping that the daddy should have gave them, it's a problem. It's a problem. Now it's a problem. Because, see, folks like to just hone in on the few seconds right before the A whooping or at the A whooping. That's the problem I have with some folks. Instead of the totality of the circumstances, we need to start putting that instruction in the jury instructions. Take the totality of the circumstances. If you instigate anything, you lose your right to self-defense. You're not a victim. If you instigate anything, you're not a victim, you're an aggressor. We need to be very clear because I'm tired of this society being soft on crime, soft on bullies. We don't handle them properly in school until they come up and shoot the school up or until they kill somebody or be killed. Then we want to act. We create a culture of hazing and brutality. We shut up and say, oh, that's just being a man, it's just being a boy, it's just being... No. No. And these things have lasting effect on people. Lasting. They impact their lives. We bully people in our family. We call it what some people call it Jonesing, some plain a dozen. We just bully. And let me tell you, everybody's is not gonna take the disrespect. Everybody's not gonna just pat you on the back and turn the other cheek. And yes, you may end up dead. That's why it's better not to F with people. Well, That young man found out that day that Tony has hands and that Pastor Tony was tired of him. Pastor Tony. Now I know Pastor Tony was gaslighting at that press conference. I put the press conference on my community wall, and it showed the video of him throwing them hands on that guy. I bet you one thing. I bet you that guy won't be yelling across the street at Pastor Tony anymore. I bet you every time he think about staying on the side of that road, okay, he gonna think about Pastor Tony hands, laying his hands on him. Now, the father conveniently gave the video to the news people without sound. You know that when we record with our cell phones, okay, you know there's sound. I hope the charges are thrown out. And if the father tries to sue Pastor Tony, I hope the judge or the jury rewards the father 1 penny. 1 penny. I mean the son. 1 penny, the guy, the quote unquote aggressive victim. I hope he gives him 1 penny. 1 penny. Let's see. Hello? Who's that? Anyway, I don't know what that emoji means. But salute to Pastor Tony Spell. We need more pastors like that. We need more pastors like that. I'm serious. That turn the other cheek religion is not working. It's not working. We've taken it to a whole unnecessary level, but we only get 2 cheeks. Okay, we only have 2 cheeks. And once you slap both of them, it's on after that. It's on after that. We have to create deterrence for people. There's not enough deterrence. Sitting in jail for the rest of your life with 3 meals and free rent is not a punishment. It's not a punishment. Especially if you are homosexual. That's not a punishment. And then they even allow now conjugal visits. Where's the punishment? Where's the deterrent? You get haircuts, you get your hair done, you get to hang out on the block, you get to lift weights, you get to play basketball. Where is the punishment? Every jail should be like a boot camp. It should be boot camp. You sit around, you talk junk, you fight every now and then, you kill. You get high. Where's the punishment? But when we start immediately addressing problems, because Pastor Tony said this went on for years. Had Pastor Tony threw hands a long time ago, no one would be standing on the side of that road yelling obscenities at parishioners. I'm done.